Good day everyone, it's Juves here for episode 2 of the Samsung SSD Speed Tour. If you didn't catch episode 1, make sure you check that out by clicking the link that is above.
Thanks for the introduction, Groovy Juvie. Welcome to the Breakfast of Champions CLG Challenge, everyone. Today, we are gonna be having our guys in the back, normally who I'm cooking for me, the chef of CLG. Now, we all know how important it is to have a good breakfast to really start your day off right and keep that energy going. So today, these guys are gonna be making things that I would normally make for them on a breakfast and try to impress me with it. And my standards are high.
Just to recap the points from the previous challenge, we have Luger in first place, Poom, unfortunately, with 0 points. But he's a bit of a cook, so he might be able to catch up.
Let's not forget, both of Poom's parents are chefs, so the expectation is gonna be extra high for him. So the 3 things you guys are gonna be making for us today are a smoothie, a parfait, and then the illustrious omelette. Today, you guys are gonna be judged on 3 different criteria: mechanics or technique, presentation, and then most importantly, the overall taste.
Now remember, your total score here is added from the totals from episode 1, 2, and 3 for a combined final score. Now the highest score gets a $1,000 shopping spree, again courtesy of the Greg Kim Dynasty on his personal credit card. Or
I think Greg's shelling out for this one, guys. So our first challenge today is gonna be smoothie. I think we just jump right into it. Let's get going. For this first smoothie challenge, you guys are only gonna have 2 minutes, so every second counts. Make the best use of it. Your time starts now. Christian seems like he's a little confused there. Luger just learned how to open the blender. Really proud of him there.
the Juanezo has gone with an interesting technique here. Use all of the yogurt.
Nope, not all of it, bro.
Poom poured that honey like his parents are chefs or something. Oh, I see his hand shaking though. It looks like he got a little nervous there.
He's nervous, no?
That's a lot of honey.
Hey, we like it sweet though. We like it sweet.
Yeah, but I also like a nice balanced smoothie, you know?
Okay.
We have 1 minute. We are halfway through, boys.
That was my job, by the way. 1 minute left. Hey, Tanner, it's a smoothie challenge, not a water challenge, okay? Like, get some thickness there.
All right, it looks like Dokla's last to start the blender. Guys, this is supposed to be the easiest challenge, and it's not looking that good so far. Juanito seems to be struggling a little bit. I don't see a lot of horsepower on that blender.
He might have pressed the wrong button. Guys, you have 30 seconds left. Man, Nisha's just chilling. He's fine. He's vibing out.
But look at the color difference. Christian had a slow start, but he looks like he's got
15,
the hang of it.
10 seconds.
9,
8, 7,
6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cheers. All right, we're here at the judges table. Tanner, would you mind coming up here and presenting your smoothie to me?
Well, I'm a natural at making smoothies. I've been making them all my life, actually. And you can't tell the difference between this and, I don't know, your local smoothie at Equinox.
Let me know what you think of that. It's not bad, right?
It's not bad.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good smoothie. The flavor was good. The technique was pretty good. I liked watching you out there. I'm gonna give you a 1 for technique and a 2 for presentation.
Okay, we take those.
Good job. All right, Luger, come present your smoothie. You had an empty glass at 0, so I just want to let you know, you get 0 points for the smoothie. That one's a little more tart than Tanner's, but it has a nice consistency.
I feel like I'd be able to drink more of that than that.
I know, it's a real shame that you didn't get it done in time, because
It's not as sweet. It's like more, it's durable.
it's more dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Christian, come on over and present the smoothie to us.
It was my first time also making
First time making a smoothie?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how you did for your very first time.
Yeah.
The color's nice. The presentation was pretty nice. You were one of the first people to pour it in. So Christian, I'm gonna give you a 2 for both. Presentation and mechanics. Good job.
Thank you, chef.
Juan, come on over.
I would like to say for the technique, I pressed many buttons on the blender. Puree, blend, mix.
You know, you're a gamer, so you should understand this. Maybe button mashing is not always the most effective strategy.
This was probably the most bland one that I've had.
It had a nice tartness, in my opinion, though.
Let me check for tartness.
Honestly, the color's not my favorite, but you did get it in the glass, you know, which is saying something. So I'll give you a 1 on presentation, and you really backed it up there with your whole button technique, so I'll give you a 2 for technique. Good job, Juan. Poom, come on up. This is
very good.
This is by far like the most quintessential smoothie out of all of them. We have one more left to try.
It's very good.
But this makes me feel like I'm at a diner on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I just ordered some hash browns, and I'd be happy to have Poom's smoothie any day of the week. I'm gonna give 2s across the board there. Good job.
It is very good.
That's very good. All right, Dokla.
Hello, chef. This is a mango-inspired smoothie here. Going back to my roots of when I was growing up, my mother would give me a lot of mangoes, so
Well, we're bringing
added,
back the
added some
roots, okay.
inspiration here. It's probably a mango-based smoothie, and hope you enjoy it.
I'm not even gonna wait till you try it. That's a good smoothie, Dokla.
Thank you, chef.
The presentation is good for a mango smoothie. It's got a nice color. Maybe I would have liked it to be a little more yellow, but we'll throw you a bone here, and you get 2 points for presentation and 2 points for mechanics. Good job. All right, so the judges have made their decision. We've deliberated. We've discussed what smoothies we like the best. Overall, I think you guys did a really good job. Luger, you would have been up there if you got it in time, but unfortunately, because you did not have any smoothie in the glass, you are getting a 1.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. If I could put Tanner below Luger for all the smack talk he gave in the middle of competition, and on top of it, flavor-wise, it was just way too sweet. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give you just 2 points for that. Our next spot, it was good. It was a little runny. 1, we're gonna give you 3 points for that.
Don't shake your head. 3 points not bad.
3 points, not bad.
What do you mean, man?
So for second place, we had to do a little bit of deliberation. This was probably the hardest one to decide between. Dokla, I really like the story. I really like the flavor, but it was a little bit runny. Christian came in with sass, but he backed it up with a good product. So honestly, I'm gonna have to give Dokla 4 points, and then I'm gonna give Christian 5 points in second place. And then I think that leaves our quintessential diner smoothie. Poom, you're making your parents proud out here in the first challenge. You are the winner of the smoothie challenge. You get 6 points for that. Good job.
I don't clap for my competitors.
From a smoothie, the next part is a parfait. So you guys are gonna assemble some parfaits for us. I really like a nice, crunchy, multi-layered parfait. So let's see what you guys can put together.
All right, guys, we're here for part 2 of the challenge. Phil, I'm gonna let you take this one away. This is your element.
All right, thank you, Juves. So for this next challenge, we're gonna be making a parfait. I like a nice layered parfait with some elements of dimension in it. So make sure you layer it up and make it as tall as possible. Your time starts now. You have 2 minutes.
2 minutes. And we're getting. Ooh, I like how they're tasting the yogurt first.
You know,
because they need to know where they're.
It's a good
how they're
move.
gonna- yeah.
It's a good move.
Interesting technique from the young Tanner de Monte. He started with a crunchy bottom.
Looks like he's trying to make his crunchy stuff soggy right off the bat. I don't know. I wouldn't do that personally, but
Look at Luca. Look how meticulous he is. 1 by 1. 1 by 1. Huh?
Luger's treating this like a Michelin-starred competition, and I like it.
I like it.
Now, right off the bat, I'll say Tanner's got a lot of height and dimension to it. It's looking pretty good.
Okay,
So,
he's
oh, we have a double granola layer. I think that's our first one of those.
You know what we like to call that? Multi-layered.
Multi-dimensional.
Layered.
When I look at Dokla over there, he looks like the most meticulous. He looks like he spent a week interning or staging at a couple Michelin star restaurants.
The one thing Dokla does have, he's got good hand mechanics. By the way, guys, you got 1 minute left. Dude, I wish we had like a Luger cam for this one. He's actually amazing. Christian's in what we call back home struggle streak. You know what that is? Honestly, I feel like Poom's kind of recovered well, no? It looked like a bit of a disaster. Juanito's got a bit of an interesting dynamic. Really heavy middle.
Really heavy middle on the fruit, but that might be nice with the layer of yogurt. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up. Hey. All right, so we're about to judge the parfaits. Brandon, Juves, I have a quick confession to make. We threw a little wild card into the parfait, and we're both gonna be sorely disappointed because in addition to yogurt, we threw it off and we also added sour cream. What I noticed was every single person, except predominantly Poom and Luger, went all in on sour cream.
No way, really?
What I thought as an amusing wild card has kind of turned into my demise because I now have to eat 4 to 4.5 parfaits made of sour cream, which I am sorely not looking forward to. But I have to do it anyways, so Dokla, please come up as...
Can I just say, I'm kind of annoyed that you didn't tell me that and I have to taste it too. I didn't sign up to taste this.
This is a sour cream inspired parfait here, multi-layered. So when you dig at the bottom, you'll get a little treat at the end. I hope you enjoy it, chef.
Now, because you use the sour cream on mechanics, I'm gonna give you a 0. Because sour cream does not belong anywhere near parfait. However,
That's just
you
your
did
opinion.
have distinct layers, and you had some crunch, and if I worked really, really hard to forget about the sour cream, it actually tasted all right. So I'll give you a 0 on mechanics, and then I'll give you a 1 on presentation.
Thank you, chef.
Christian,
Yeah.
bring you and your sassy attitude over here. Now, you don't like parfaits, do you?
No, I've actually never had one.
Well, I will say for not liking parfaits, visually yours looks quite good. You have some fruit swirl. I like that you kept the fruit on top for visual purposes. It looks good. I'm gonna give you a 2 on presentation, but here we go. Now, I will say, presentation, you get a 2. Mechanics, you added the sour cream, you get a 0. All right, Poom, come over here. Now, the first thing I'll say about your parfait is I noticed you added a remarkably small amount of sour cream. So out of all of these, I'm really excited for this one, but tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so what I did is I tasted it and I was like, I don't know what it tasted like, but it tasted kind of bad.
Yeah.
So I mixed it with the strawberry jam or whatever the jam was.
You can really tell his parents are chefs.
No, he thought about it. He
thinks
put
like
thought into
one.
it, yeah.
And he tasted it first, guys. You want to taste your food, yeah? On presentation, I'm gonna give you a 1, but on mechanics and technique, I'm gonna give you a full point. You get a 2.
What?
Good job. Next, we have
Luger? Is that Luger?
Luger. You know, I will say, he is the only one to completely ignore the sour cream. So,
Yeah.
so I think we're looking good. He's got the fruit on top. He's
It
got
actually
a little
looks
bit
not
of
bad too,
crunch.
no?
This looks good. I mean, it looks quite good. Feels like I'm on breakfast in Turkey. Hey, if esports doesn't work out, you could open a great cafe. I'm gonna give you 2 for mechanics and 2 for presentation. Good job,
Well done.
Luger. Well done.
Well done. See, I didn't get sour cream there.
No, it's because there was none. Tanner, get.
Firstly, he needs to fix his attitude.
So this is actually a Latin-styled parfait where we don't use any yogurt and we use only sour cream as a
As a base?
as a base.
What country is that from?
Turkey. Lots of sour cream.
On presentation, I'm gonna give you a 2 because it's probably the most visually striking parfait. You had the most layers, but technique, like, I gotta give you a 0, man. It's like all sour cream. Juanicito?
Hey, Juanito!
Juanito! I also see you've got some nice layers there, nice layers of sour cream.
No, actually,
Presentation's
this
pretty
is yogurt.
Oh,
This
so the
is
top
sour
layer is
cream.
yogurt. So I like that because he's giving us an exit strategy. Now for presentation, you did a really good job. You get a 2. And even though you use the sour cream, out of everyone else, you're the only person to give us an exit strategy to prevent us from partaking in that part of the parfait. So I'm gonna give you a 2. You have full points across the board for that. Good job.
Thank you, Chef.
All right, guys, the judges have made their decision, and from worst to best, here are our thoughts. In last place, I really don't think it takes that much to notice. I only spit one of them out. So, Tanner, you get 1 point. In 5th place,
It's rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged.
Christian, I had to dig so deep, I'd end up 40 feet in an ocean to get your yogurt.
after that, I think we gotta go Dokla. He was kind of in the middle. You know, he didn't do terrible, he didn't do great. He's gonna get 3
I mean,
points
that's the way
for
my
that.
mom makes this. If you want to hate on my
Next.
mom, I mean, that's fine.
Next, the flavor was good, but it still had a little bit of improvement we could do. So in 3rd place, we're gonna give it to Poom. In 2nd place, remarkably, the only person that didn't use any sour cream. So you get 5 points. You're in 2nd place, Luger. Juan gave us a good narrative. He gave us a good story. He gave us some instructions on how to eat his food and how to enjoy it the most. And honestly, when I avoided that sour cream, it was the most texturally satisfying parfait we had. So Juan's gonna win the parfait challenge. Good job, Juan. Now we're gonna move on to our final challenge. This one's gonna be the hardest of them all. And you guys struggled with the pretty easy ones, so taste your food before you serve it this time. Let's head over back to the kitchen, guys. All right, guys, so again, this is your omelet challenge. I like a nice fluffy omelet. You have 4 minutes to complete it. Your time starts now.
You think the key to a good omelette is minimizing the amount of eggshells?
Yeah, I really don't like eggshells in my omelet, so I'd prefer to have some clean eggs.
I will say, you know who's got a cheat code to this challenge? It's Boom, because he bakes. I imagine he's got a good egg crack technique.
Dukla, have you cracked eggs before?
No, never.
Luger is the first to get his eggs in the pan. Now, it was interesting to watch Tanner put the butter in first. Usually that's a sign of confidence. Tanner looks like he's taken a lot of the frustrations from the first 2 challenges and decided to just focus on making a really good
3
omelet.
minutes, 3 minutes.
You guys are 25% through
Christian
your
is
challenge.
still focusing on the eggshell.
How do you get this out?
Christian's struggling a bit. Remember, like we talked about before the challenge one, I do not want scrambled eggs. I want an omelet.
Yeah, you don't.
2.5 minutes, and Dokla and Tanner have both their eggs in the pan.
2:30.
It does look like Christian's pan is getting a little hot there too, no?
You're right.
I do like brown butter, but I don't like burnt butter.
2 minutes.
You're halfway through?
Damn, Juanito's got the whole bucket in there. Like, he's got onions in there, green stuff.
Bucket in there.
Huh? Damn, and the cheese is at the top, so
Yo,
it's not gonna
I'm
melt.
using Phil's special tomatoes.
These are tomatoes from my garden.
They are actually?
Indeed, yes.
I can't
course,
believe
I
you
will
would
never
let them
forget.
use such a thing.
If they can't make an omelet, I want it to at least taste good. You have 1 minute and 15 seconds. It does look like it's cooking, but will you be done in time? Now just by looking at the omelet, you can tell who really likes their protein.
Hey, salt
Yeah,
bay,
salt bay,
hey.
salt bay.
A little bit.
25 seconds.
I really like the flip from Dokla there. Could we get
20
a highlight? I
20
think I have to
seconds.
Get a replay on that.
Get an instant replay.
Yeah.
I think I did my stuff a little bit too early.
I think you might have won. We might need the plate soon. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, honestly, to all 6 of you, good job on the omelets. I'm impressed. All right, Juan, come on up and let's taste your final item for the day. Tell me a little bit about your omelet. How'd that challenge go for you?
Just don't eat it. Maybe it's not cooked enough.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. I told you I don't like a runny omelet, but you know, a little bit of liquid is not always the worst thing.
It looks like some butter.
You've got some nice
runny
browning.
onions.
The spinach looks well wilted, so that's a good sign, but let's give it
You
a
put it in early enough. I expect it to be wilted.
Well, you guys are actually taking a bite?
Of course.
Well, you guys maybe not, but him for sure. Is it cooked? Will I die if I eat it?
No, you won't die. You can eat raw eggs. On presentation, obviously we were a little lackluster. The technique wasn't like amazing either, but the flavor was there. It's a yummy tasting omelet. I'm gonna give you a 0 for presentation just compared to the other ones, but you get a 1 for mechanics. So, you know, good first effort on an omelet. Luger, please step up. So tell me a little about your omelet. I'm gonna be honest, I was really surprised when you flipped that and it just perfectly turned into a nice half moon.
Honestly, everything I planned that, and
This was all, this was all on purpose?
yeah.
Okay, good. Now for presentation, like prettiest omelet, I'm gonna give you a 2. Mechanics, like you're confident, so I'm also gonna give you a 2. Good job. Full points, Luger.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Poom, tell me a little bit about your omelet. What do you think of this challenge? You looked overall to have the most sound technique. It might not be the prettiest omelet, but like looking at everyone else's, the cheese is melted, you developed some nice color on the top, and I'm still quite excited to try it out. So let's dig in. Now presentation, I'm gonna give you a 1. You got the omelet in the plate, but technique, like watching you was impressive. Everything was great. I'm gonna give you a 2 for that, full points. Good job. Next we got Tanner.
That looks not half bad.
You know, Tanner was the most patient during this challenge. He got his omelet on the plate with like half a second left, but he did it with confidence and he's remained calm and collected. It's fluffy. I did ask for a fluffy omelet, and that's a fluffy omelet. For presentation, you get a 2. For mechanics, because you remain calm, collective the whole time, full points, 2.
That's what I'm talking about.
Good job, sir. Now we got Dokla. All right, Dokla, tell me a little bit about your omelet.
Well, this is my first time ever making an omelet, first time cracking eggs, so
Have you ever watched a YouTube video on how to make an omelet?
Never, no.
No, interesting.
With all this food rating, I need a burp, but I'm also mic'd up, so I don't want to burp in mic'd up.
Now, on first take, it's a little bit hard to get a cohesive piece of omelet, but I got there. For presentation, I think I'm gonna give you a 1 because I did see a lot of egg running out the side of the omelet. But again, for it being your first omelet ever and truly never having even watched a YouTube video on how an omelet's made, it was pretty good. I'm gonna give you a 2 for technique. Good job. Good job.
Now, can I say, before the next person steps up, rumor has it, Christian is still looking for that shell.
And I better not find it in my mouth soon enough.
Hey, let me just preface this. That was supposed to be like a victory spinach leaf, but it's not waving in the wind anymore. It kind of fell over. Yeah.
This isn't a spinach competition, this is an omelet challenge.
Okay.
Well, for presentation, you did add, you added a garnish. It wasn't as pretty as Luger's garnish, but it was still good. So I'll give you a 1 for that. And then technique, like, you burnt your butter a little bit. You put the eggs in the pan way too late, but you did get an omelet on the plate. So I'll give you a 1 across the board. All right, so rating again from our least favorite to favorite with a minimum of 1 point for flavor and a maximum of 6 points for flavor. We're gonna start with the worst. There's no hard feelings here. I thought it was a good effort, but just it didn't stand up to the other ones. 1, I think your omelets are gonna...
Thank you.
You will get 1 point. After that, the guy who's never watched a YouTube video on how to make an omelet, it kind of shows, but it was still pretty good. So that's gonna be our friend Dokla in 5th place. Now the deliberation gets a little trickier here, just based on overall flavor. I'm gonna have to say next up was Poom. Now we get to the heavy hitters. We're at the podium stage.
I didn't know I would make it here.
We're at the podium. We're at the podium stage on the omelets. You didn't think you would be here, but you made it to the 3rd step. Good job, Christian. You are in 3rd place. You by far had the most well-seasoned omelet. Now in 2nd place, against all odds, he put on the prettiest omelet, and it didn't taste half bad either. Good job, Luger. You could be my sous chef any day.
Always. I can make for you omelette as well.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for your future omelets, especially if they look like this. And then, you know, real dark horse coming out of deep water. He had some bouts with the chef. He has a loud mouth, bad attitude, but he really brought it all together. And for the final and hardest challenge, Tanner DeMonte, you are the winner. Good job. Good job. Max points for flavor. It was fluffy. It had a lot. The spinach was fully cooked. Had the nice color on the edge. I was really happy with it. Good job.
Ticked all the boxes. Ticked all of them.
All right, everyone. That's a wrap for the CLG Breakfast of Champions Challenge. I just want to give a round of applause to all of you guys. I would hire most of you to be any of my junior breakfast cooks at my diner. Good job. Really proud of you all.
Thank you so much.
Let's take a look at the scores now. So I've got scores for this challenge specifically, then we got total scores at the end. So coming in at first today with 23 points, Poom, congratulations, there you go, rank 1, buddy. Luger on 19 points for the cooking challenge, there you go, 2nd place. Palafox also with a cheeky 19 in 3rd place, well, 2nd, 3rd. And Tanner with 18, there you go, champ, save it at the end. Juanito Contracts, also 18. There we go, big man. And Dokla at the end there, 17. Not a bad effort all around. Collectively, it's a pretty stacked leaderboard. So the totals for this though, like over the first 2 challenges now, Luger in 1st place with 37 points. And look at how proud he is too, I can tell by his face. Yeah. Palafox 34 points, 2nd place. So Tanner in 33, so just behind him. Contracts on 24, so a bit of a gap. Poom with 23 saved the day in this challenge, to be honest with you. And Dokla on 19 with one challenge to go.
All right, so that wraps up the Breakfast of Champions. Thanks again to Samsung SSD for making this whole thing possible. It was one of the most fun nights I've had here at CLG, and I can't wait to do this again. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell button below to get notified when the final episode drops and see who Greg Kim hands $1,000 to. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you, guys.